All right. Lindsey Thall is here with us. Carl, if you want to start us off with the question.
Obvious one. Lindsey, take us through the rebound and the game winner.
I mean, there was only a couple of seconds left, so we really weren't going to have an opportunity to play much defense. So all of our mindset was just to crash the boards and see if we could get a rebound.
And you were pretty much clear. What'd you think when it came to you?
I don't know. Get it up because we only had a couple of seconds left, I guess.
You had 17 points and 3 threes, one of your best games in a while. What was working for you?
I guess just when my opportunity came, I capitalized on it, but we were just kind of struggling getting our rhythm back to start off, but we eventually came together there at the end.
Talk about that for a second, and the rhythm and the layoff and second game back. Is how hard it been to get back into some kind of rhythm or yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the excuse you want to use having games like this, but since we haven't been playing long, it's kind of been hard to get in the rhythm of game like how we were before this whole break happened. But I think slowly but surely we'll get back to where we were and even better. So,
what does not in rhythm mean to you?
just being connected on the floor, like just connectedness with your teammates, like knowing where they're going to be, knowing when to make the extra pass, when to take your shot, stuff like that. And on defensively, just really good communication and stuff like that.
Alan or Catherine, do you have anything?
Let me ask one more. And Lindsey, Peyton Scott is a handful. I mean, you didn't get the bulk of the guards on her, but how do you defend her?
Just trying your best to make every shot as tough as you can. A player like her is going to make tough shots, but just staying with her the entire game and not getting down if she makes a tough one on you is the key for everyone who's guarding her.
What do you think of her? I mean, she's certainly stepped up since last year.
Yeah, they lost a lot of players, but she's had a definitely bigger role this year.
Anything else for Lindsey?
I'll take one more. Is Casey had 7 assists and several of them were to you. Talk about how she's playing and what she means to the team.
She's doing really good. She's definitely playing really hard in her role and everything, just doing a really good job of being a scorer and distributor for us. So she's really come into that role, playing a big like point guard spot on our team when Rye's out or when they're both in together. She does a really good job at the guard spot.
All right. Thanks, Lindsey. We'll let you go.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Congrats on the win. Do you just want to start with your opening thoughts?
What's up, Alan? Yeah, I mean, what I told the team after the game was it takes a while to get back into mid-season rhythm and mid-season form. And it's a real thing, right? That like coming back after almost a month off of not just playing but practicing, right? So it's not like we were just hanging out working on player development and practicing every single day. So it takes a little bit. So I just told them we just have to continue to stay tough and find ways to be gritty and play on every possession. But the other thing we have to do is we've got to get better at taking care of the basketball. We had 22 turnovers against Ohio. We had 20 today. Averaging 21 turnovers a game in this league is not a good sign. They had 22 more field goal attempts than us. So we've got to clean that up. But once again, we beat a much improved Miami team. They continue to get better. Their record is not indicative of the level of play that they're capable of putting out there. So just glad to be back on the turn around and play a tough Toledo squad here on Monday.
Alan, you want to ask the first question for Coach?
Yeah, Todd, I mean, obviously the win's huge, but I mean, in the situation, you kind of know that you're going to struggle in some regard when you're just coming back. How big is it just to find ways to gut out and win games like this?
Yeah, we may have to do that for the next couple of weeks. I mean, that's just part of it. And once again, I get impatient too because I hate losing. But at the end of the day, I keep telling them we want to be playing our best basketball, when the tournament, at the end of the season and when the tournament's coming around. Well, I got to remind myself of that too. It's going to be a process for us, different than we've ever had. So, just trying to stay patient, but also trying to continue to develop their game edge, and getting that back. So it's a delicate balance and one that we're continuing to work on moving forward. And, we just got to be, we just have to steadily improve. So.
Todd, you had two big plays at the end with Lindsey's putback and then that takeaway from Katie on the inbounds. What were they doing well?
Well, no, I mean, once again, the old adage is you just have to keep working hard until your opportunity comes, and you have to take advantage of it. Lindsey Thall, obviously did a better job scoring today, but she was struggling in some areas a little bit. But she's trying to find her rhythm coming back. Shot the ball better today. But I just told them, in that last play, I said, be opportunistic. Once a shot goes up, you got to crash, find a way. And Lindsey had enough savvy to just know that the clock was getting low based on the development of the play. The clock was getting low, and to just go right back up with it and finish it. So that was a great, bang, bang play for her. And then, in the timeout, we put Katie on the ball because she's long and bouncy. And I said, Katie, just follow the ball with your eyes and your hands and find a way to get a deflection. Because if you can touch the ball, the clock's going to start. And they only had 1.8 left. And so she did more than touch it. She stole it. So it was a great play for her. We didn't have to worry about the rest of the team did a good job of really blowing up their action too. Not getting letting them have an easy pass. So really good plays by both players to help secure the win.
Hi, Coach. I have a question for you. I was wondering what kinds of things went wrong for you guys in that second quarter? You guys only scored 9 points. What kinds of things were you guys struggling with at that point?
Yeah, our offensive flow really. We got very stagnant and very passive. We have a saying in our team: passive always fails, and it did. We were playing passive. We weren't in the offensive side of the ball. A lot of times that's what struggles when you have these breaks, because offense is much more rhythm based. And so defense is more skill and rebounding, but offense is more rhythm based, And so we've had a couple, we had a second quarter against Ohio that wasn't good either. And so we've got to figure that piece out, but it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of get that flow and that rhythm back, and something that we're working on every day.
Peyton Scott is really a handful, and you've seen a lot of good guards.
That's 2 in a row where the second quarter got you. Is that you guys is that one of those deals where you hit the wall a little bit at that point in the game, you think? Or
I'll answer Alan, and then I'll get back to yours, Carl, on Peyton for sure. But I don't know. That's a good question, Alan. I don't know if I have a good answer for you on that. I don't think we hit a wall. I just think we kind of we come out with some energy in the first quarter because we're playing again, right? So we're excited about that, and then we just kind of once the game settles in, we get out of rhythm, And so that's I'm not sure I have a good answer for you on why that's happening. I think that's what's happening, but we've just got to find a way that now that's happened 2 games in a row, to figure out maybe some offensive actions that we can go to that keep us aggressive and keep us moving, so that we don't get stagnant like that. Carl, I'll answer your question about Peyton Scott, and I agree with you. I mean, we've got this conference has some phenomenal guard play. I mean, just unbelievable guards. Peyton Scott's another one of them. She is a handful, but last year we played either 5 or 6 games where a single player had over 30 points in a game. and we won all 5 of those games. This year, Peyton Scott has 34. We found a way to win. So I'm not as concerned about giving all of our effort and energy to stopping a really singular good player. There's a lot of teams in this league who really rely heavily on one player. Now, CeCe Hooks had 29, so she didn't break that 30-point mark. So that's why they won, I guess. We should have let her score one more. But I think, for us, our defensive philosophy has always been, don't spend so much time focus on trying to stop one player and let other people beat you. They didn't have anybody else in double figures.
Anything else, Coach?
Can I ask another one?
Yep.
I've lost track of days. On Wednesday, we talked about how you ran out of gas a little at the end, but you pulled this one out at the end. Was the team more energized or less tired, or was it just grit?
I don't think I can really determine that. I think we were a little bit grittier. Although I thought we were gritty in the Ohio game too in the fourth quarter, and we just got ourselves in too big a hole against a really really good basketball team on the road too. So that matters. But we didn't even know we were going to play the Ohio game the morning of the Ohio game. We were waiting on test results from them. We jumped on the bus. We drove 3.5 hours down there. We hadn't played a game in a month. There are a lot of factors that went into it, and we didn't play very well. So, this one, I thought we did a little bit better down the stretch. But I don't think either game we would look back and say we played really good basketball. So I just think we didn't find a way to win the other day. We found a way to win today, and we have to let the games happen, and we have to let the national process of improving and getting into a rhythm happen. You can't short circuit that. It's not like you change what you're doing all of a sudden, and it's like you sprinkle fairy dust on it, and their legs are in game shape, their lungs are in game shape. Half of them had COVID. You know what I mean? They actually, and now you're trying to play at a high level, and you're still, some of them are still, kind of in that process. It just takes a lot out of you. So it's just going to take time. It's going to take time, and I have to remind myself to be patient with that.
Okay. Last question from me. Really good games from Claire Kelly, and Casey had 7 assists.
Mhm.
So talk about their play and what it meant to you today.
Yeah, I was really pleased. Mariah struggled a little bit today. She'd be the first one to say it. And Casey did a good job of really taking care of the ball. 7 assists and 2 turnovers. We needed that. She's a tough player. I mean, we have a lot of confidence in her, and we can really play her and Mariah together at times. And sometimes, if Mariah's out with foul trouble or hurt, like she was in the Ball State game, Casey's come in and played a great big role in that game to help us win. So Claire, it was nice to see her get back. She was not happy with the way that she played against Ohio. No points, no rebounds, and so she came back and she played like herself again today, which was nice to see. And then the person that we failed to mention, I think we just ho-hum it when Nyla Blackford gets a double-double. She had 23 and 10, and she was in quarantine the longest. She was the last one back into the fold. So I mean, the 8 for 10, 8 for 12 shooting, made all of her free throws, and 23 and 10. So really good performance out of her.
But 17 out of 18 free throws, it's your best of the year by far. So.
Yeah, we needed that. Obviously, we needed every single one of them.
Todd, what's your initial, just looking at one day and then Toledo coming in?
Yeah, we get them back in tomorrow. We have to test every day this week because we're going to Michigan next week. So that's the protocol. So we'll get them in tomorrow morning and test, and the ones that still are in testing protocols, and then we'll have a pretty light day tomorrow. A lot of recovery. We'll get some shots up. We'll probably walk through some Toledo stuff that we need to just prepare for, and rest their bodies and turn around and get back at it on Monday. Because then we got another one day in between, and then we play Bowling Green, who's, might be the best team in the league right now. I mean, they beat Ohio. So.
Anything else, Coach? Nope. All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate it. You guys take care.
You all.